Have you ever looked at your bank account after a totally normal month and just felt confused? I mean, you did everything right. You got the big job. You finally hit that six-figure salary that society promises is the finish line. But instead of feeling secure, you just feel, well, broke. All right, let's unpack this whole paradox, because it's a big one.
Yeah, if that question hits home for you, you are definitely not alone. It's this feeling that you're just running on a financial treadmill, right? You're earning more money than ever, but somehow you're staying in the exact same spot. It is a frustrating and honestly a kind of scary place to be.
And this quote, it just nails it. It's that constant nagging anxiety in the back of your head that one single unexpected expense could derail your entire life. You feel like a wealth pretender, looking successful on the outside, but on the inside you feel incredibly fragile.
So what is really going on here? Why does that $100,000 salary feel like a total financial illusion? Well, the truth is, the goalposts have moved. The old rules your parents followed to build wealth, they just don't apply anymore.
So let's take a look at a real-world example. Meet Maya. She is the absolute poster child for financial responsibility. I mean, no credit card debt, a fantastic credit score, and she's been saving money diligently. By all accounts, she should be totally set.
But this is where the math starts to get really, really tough. A median-priced home, not a mansion, just an average house, would eat up 65% of her take-home pay. Let me say that again. 65%. This isn't a cutback on lattes problem, this is a structural problem.
And that leads us to this staggering number. For Maya to comfortably afford that average house, following the standard 30% rule of personal finance, she doesn't need $74,000. She needs to be earning $110,000 a year. All of a sudden, her really respectable salary just isn't cutting it.
So, okay, housing is a huge wealth killer. We see that. But it's not the only one. Let's talk about another massive wealth trap hiding in plain sight. The vehicle sitting in your driveway.
And it leads to this wild psychological idea, automotive Stockholm syndrome. It's where we develop this deep emotional attachment to our cars, seeing them as part of our identity. The auto industry is brilliant at selling us a lifestyle fantasy, and we fall for it, justifying car payments that are absolutely destroying our ability to build wealth.
So every month, you're faced with a choice. On one side, you've got that huge truck payment that feels totally normal because, hey, everyone seems to have one. But on the other side, you have what that exact same amount of money could be doing for your future.
And here is the actual mind-blowing cost. That $800 a month, if you just invested it into a simple index fund, something that just tracks the whole stock market, it could grow to nearly $1 million over your career. That shiny SUV isn't just a vehicle. It's a seven-figure retirement that you are literally driving to the grocery store.
But look, it's not always the big, obvious expenses that get you. There's a much quieter, more insidious drain on your wealth that's happening every single day. We call these ghost expenses. They're all the small, frequent purchases that just invisibly bleed your account dry. Think about it. A $20 lunch here because you're busy, a few streaming services there you forgot you even subscribed to. It all adds up to thousands of dollars a year on stuff you barely even notice. And this right here, this is maybe the most dangerous trap of all, especially for high earners. It's the illusion of arrival. You hit that six-figure mark and you suddenly feel practically rich. And that's when you start justifying expensive mistakes you really can't afford to recover from. You have just enough income to do some serious damage to your future. Okay, that was a lot of doom and gloom. We've identified the traps. So how do we get out? How do we escape? The answer isn't just about earning more money. It's about building a system, an actual plan for financial freedom.
Now, the first big psychological breakthrough isn't $1 million, it's $20,000. This is what we call walking away money. It fundamentally shifts your brain from a reactive survival mode into a proactive growth mode. It's the money that gives you the power to negotiate, to take smart risks, and just to breathe.
The next huge milestone is getting to your first $100,000 invested. This is the point where the magic of compound interest, where your investment earnings start earning their own money, really starts to kick into high gear. It's like a snowball rolling downhill.
And this timeline shows you exactly why that first chunk is always the hardest part. Look at this. It might take you 12 years to grind out that first 100 grand. But the second one, it only takes 6 years. And by year 36, you've hit $1 million, and you realize most of that growth came from your money working for you, not from you just saving more.
So how in the world do you actually get there? Well, you need a system that runs on autopilot. You need an automatic wealth engine that completely removes emotion and willpower from the equation.
The core of this whole engine is the 15-65-20 rule. It's so simple. 15% of your income goes straight to your future self. Investments, non-negotiable. 65% is for your fundamental needs, your housing, your food, all that stuff. And that last 20%, that is your official permission slip for guilt-free fun. This balance is what keeps you from burning out.
And here's how you do it. You set up a simple payday routine. The second your paycheck hits your account, your money already knows where to go. It automatically builds your emergency fund, pays down your debts, and funds your investments. If you never even see the money in your main checking account, you can't be tempted to spend it.
And this really brings us to the ultimate goal, doesn't it? We're taught our whole lives to chase the symbols of wealth, the expensive truck, the giant house. But real wealth, it's quiet. Real wealth is about freedom. It's the freedom to choose what you want to do with your time.
And you know what? That freedom is so much more achievable than you might think. You don't need to be a multimillionaire. If you can live a great life on, say, $42,000 a year, you only need about $500,000 invested to be financially independent. It all comes down to the size of the gap between what you need and what your money earns for you.
So really, it all boils down to this one fundamental choice that you make every single day. Do you want to look wealthy now, impressing people you don't even know? Or do you want to be wealthy later and buy your own future freedom? For most of us, we really can't have both.
You know, building wealth is a lot like planting a tree. The small, seemingly insignificant choices you make today are the seeds. The only question is, what kind of forest are they going to grow into? So you got to ask yourself, 36 years from now, will you be looking back and thanking your younger self? Or will you be left wondering, what could have been?